Mercy having a meeting in the car. I love it.
It's my friend's birthday dinner, and I was like, I can go to birthday dinner, and then I'll just do the meeting from the car.
Oh, jeez, thank you. Is the birthday dinner done?
It's still happening, so I can just go back if when the meeting's done.
Thank you for joining. Oh my goodness. Um, okay. Megan Brooks is gonna be a few minutes late. Sterling's gonna be a few minutes late. Megan Neer can't make it. Um, and we have one more new hire, Andre. Um, and he's moving to Maryland today, so he can't make it. He just got a job with Anne Arundel County Public Schools, actually, which is really cool. And so he's just looking for some summer work. Um, and we're still looking to fill 2 summer camp weeks at the end of the summer. I'm interviewing one or two other people over the next couple weeks to see if we can fill that spot. So we're getting there. It's been crazy trying to staff 10 weeks of summer camp. We've never done 10 weeks of summer camp before. So I'm gonna pull up some documents. I just want you guys to kind of get to know each other because Emily is new, Deja's new, Tamara's not new, but Tamara is new to summer camp.
Yeah.
Um, Mercy's been with us for a few years. She actually started out as a substitute teacher for Miss Ashley, and then joined us. And Megan Brooks actually was a fill-in for summer camp this time last year, and like we had a teacher completely ghost, like just um, and Megan just jumped in, Megan Brooks, and just like covered all the camps. It was crazy, and now she works for us like 5 days a week. So please, guys, please do not ghost. Please don't ghost. Please don't do that. I was on maternity leave, and it was like the most stressful thing in my life. Don't do that to me. I hope that I have like there's an open line of communication if there's anything like you're struggling with. Just talk to me, but don't ghost. So yeah, how about we start? Each of you introduce yourself, say what some of your music specialties are, maybe something fun about yourself. Um, yeah, go ahead. Mercy, you can start.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Mercy. Um, as Sophia said, I've been at NapGem for a couple of years. I started out as a long-term sub. I've been in Maryland for about 8 years now. I'm a singer by training, but I also play the piano, the ukulele. I have an ed degree, so any of the classroom instruments. And for a fun fact, I've recently started doing yoga. And as much as I like the active yoga, I really like the yin yoga where I just get to lay there on the props.
I like that yoga too. I haven't done yoga in years, but that sounds wonderful.
I recommend yin yoga because you just lay there for like 5 to 10 minutes at a time, and then you lay in a different position for another 5 to 10 minutes.
I actually like just signed up for a yoga class tomorrow. It's the first time I will have done it in like 3, 4 years. So wish me luck. It's not that yoga. It's not the yoga you're talking about. That sounds great. All right, Tamara, you're up.
Hey guys, am I mute? You can hear me, right? Yeah. Hey, I'm Tamara Cullum. I am from South Carolina. My family, which is my husband, and we have a 15-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. We just moved to Maryland right before the pandemic. Like literally, we moved in January, and then so this is my first time out of the house in Maryland, basically this year. And yeah, I've been teaching privately for about 7 years in South Carolina. And then in January, I got in touch with Sophia. I was super excited to get back to teaching because of a 2-year hiatus because of the move and COVID. But I have recently accepted a position at Naval Academy Primary School to be their music teacher, which I'm super excited about. And Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. That's basically it. That's it about me. I have a dog. You'll probably hear her yapping. She's a Pomeranian and she doesn't like to be touched or loved on or anything, but she loves to bark. It's her favorite. So between her and Blaze, who is my 4-year-old, maybe you'll get some entertainment here. That's it. And then I also recently started not a yoga class, but a bar class because I thought, oh, that should be about my speed for somebody who's literally done nothing for like a decade or two. And today I can't move or breathe. So it was my fourth class. But pretty soon I'm going to be like in like 10 years, I'm going to be so ripped. So don't worry about it.
You got this. We'll be cheering you on for 10
Yeah,
years.
thank you.
Those tiny, you use like those little tiny weights and you think, oh,
Yeah,
it's fine.
they're asshole weights. And I throw them at the mirror when I'm ready.
They're
Like
kill you. They kill you.
horrible. Yes.
Well, nice. Good luck on that journey.
Thank you.
Emily, you're up.
Hey y'all, I'm Emily. I am a singer and an actress and a recording artist. I was in New York pre-pandemic and hopped on a train to my parents' house in Millersville March 13th, 2020, with an overnight bag for 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? Ha 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 ha. Kept going, and then I met my boyfriend, and then we moved in together about a year later. And now I'm living in Pasadena. So same kind of thing, sort of rebuilding post-pandemic. I'm working with Anne Arundel County Public Schools in the PBA program. I teach musical theater and pop rock and acting and voice and business for the arts. And I sing with some bands in the area, and I work in the theater and some film and commercial as well. Fun fact is there's 7 days left in the Anne Arundel County school year. So, woo! Almost there.
Those last few days, especially when it's the end of June, it's like, come on now, like just let us out.
That's what the kids are thinking for sure.
And everybody else seems to be out besides them. That makes it even harder.
Right? Like, I don't know. They shouldn't be in school at the end of June. Like, what's being accomplished really at this point? Not really anything.
A lot of child wrangling. That's about it.
Preparing you for summer camp.
Yeah, no doubt.
Awesome. Well, that's cool. You do so many things. You're like a jack of all trades. I love it. All right, Deja, you're up.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Deja. I am actually still in college, so I am a rising senior in college. I go to North Carolina A&T, and I'm a music education major, and this is kind of like my first paid teaching job, so I'm excited. And yeah, my primary instrument is flute, and I don't really have that many hobbies outside of music, but recently I've been trying to read more and go to the gym as my extra hobbies. So yeah.
What are you reading?
I'm actually reading a book called The Defining Decade. It's about navigating life through your 20s.
The
Well,
20s are a crazy, crazy age, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially your generation of 20s. Like,
Yeah.
you guys have dealt with a lot, like, in the past few years. So,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Awesome. I'm so excited. Deja's interview, she came like fully prepared with like the full lesson plans and the directive and everything, and I was like, yes.
oh, yeah.
Like it was so refreshing, like to see you be like that prepared, because I studied music ed too, and I have a bachelor's and a master's in it. And like preparing those lesson plans with the directives in the beginning is so helpful. Like eventually you don't have to do that anymore, but it's so helpful in the beginning, like to execute lessons. So
Definitely.
Yeah, super impressed. So we're happy to have you. Yay. All right. Let's have Sterling go next. Sterling is our front desk administrative assistant. And so take it away.
Hey everyone, nice to meet you. I'm so glad I logged on just in time to meet Emily and Deja. So like Sophia said, I run the front desk. I do a lot of the admin work and social media marketing stuff. So all the TikToks you see, I'm responsible for that. So, which also, if you ever take any great videos or pics, please send them my way because I will definitely use them. I'm in need of some stuff, so please.
Yeah.
But I really look forward to this summer working with you guys. It's really great to have you guys on board. So it's nice to meet you.
Awesome. And Sterling has like 4 jobs. She works with Naptown Sings. Are you still working with Kim Havel?
No, that's why I'm working at Art
Art
Farm.
Farm? She
Yeah,
works at Art
I'm
Farm.
still in transition, yeah.
You have a job like modeling, right? For
Art
art.
model, yeah, Micah. Mhm.
That's
So
and I don't know
fun.
what else you do. Just do a
I-
million things.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, liquor marketing here and there. I just help a friend do that. That's not really like a main job, but yeah, I'd like to help my friends.
There you go. I love
Yeah.
it. So yeah, Sterling's gonna be helping more behind the scenes, like you guys are gonna reach out to Megan, not Megan Brooks, but Megan Neer, with whatever things that you need, and Sterling's gonna be the one that's gonna be ordering everything and organizing everything, and then also like Sterling will be at the front desk during the aftercare hours, and will also be like a backup aftercare person if we need her.
Yeah, so if there's anything you need immediately, just come to me. And if it's something you need to order, like I'll just order it right then and there. So
Right then and there, yeah. Like right after camp, like Sterling can jump in and help you. So, okay, cool. Megan B.
I'm so excited to meet everybody and see familiar faces too. I've really got my start last summer at Naptown Sings, filling in for another teacher. So camp was my first entrance into, so I can relate that it's such a good learning experience. I was just telling that to Sophia, and I've gone into this year teaching. I was nannying and teaching lessons and some music garden, baby music class style, and just a whole bunch of jobs. And now it's really doing music full time for the first time in various different positions. But it's just been so special and overwhelming and exciting all at the same time. So I'm really excited to go into the summer with lots of new ideas that I've gathered, and I have like a notepad of all the fun games that have been too like old or grown up, I guess, for some of the little babies, or just and I'm excited to try them and learn from all of you, because I was telling Sophia too, there's ideas I learned from Mercy that I use still, or Megan Neer when we worked together a bunch of weeks. So it's just really cool. You get to learn from each other, and it's really fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah. You definitely like, and Megan was saying this afternoon, like you kind of like build on each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like, and it ends up being like a really cool relationship with like the other teachers and the interns that are there in the camp, which is awesome. And Megan, right before you came in, I was telling everyone how like you were supposed to just cover one camp, and then a teacher just completely ghosted, and I was on maternity leave, and you just jumped in.
Oh,
Like a whole bunch of camps. And
Oh,
it was
no.
amazing.
it was so sweet. It was a huge blessing, and I know myself. It's fun to just it's a lot of planning, and then also going with the flow of the kids, and no week is the same. So it was a fun summer, and yeah, lots of R&R on the weekends.
Yeah. Like literally, Irene's up. Irene
Aw.
came to the studio today, and all of the music garden teachers were teaching private lessons, like every single one of them. And so she had the best time because she got to play with all 4 of you. And the
I
one
did
from Tony.
too.
Yeah. Irene's my 1-year-old daughter. Okay, our nanny's got her. Yeah, so I'm happy to have you. For those of you who just signed in, we're missing Megan Neer, who's going to be our camp director. So all questions and concerns will go to Megan, not me. I found it very hard to be on 24 hours a day as a business owner and a new mom this time last year. So I'm like taking my delayed maternity leave this year and not dealing with summer camps or any year moving forward. So Megan will be the point of contact. They have their own cell phone and their number. I think I if I haven't added it to the directive yet, I will. But like if anything goes wrong, you have questions, you have advice, you know, like something weird's happening with an intern, whatever, Megan will be on call to talk to you. And if there's something that needs to be escalated to me, they'll escalate it to me. Because, you know, weird stuff happens in camp. You know, like, what was it last year? One kid was just like mad and sitting in a corner for like an hour and or something like that.
Yeah. There's bathroom emergencies. There's like all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So if you're not sure how to handle it, Megan has been through it all. And they'll know how to, and Megan, both Megans and Mercy, you know, they've learned a lot from like me telling, like you guys how to deal with it. But Megan like really knows that stuff, so they'll be able to help you out, and if not, they'll escalate it to me. So I'm sorry you couldn't meet them. They've got a rehearsal. Yay! Live performance rehearsals again are back. But you'll definitely have some contact with them over, you know, the next few weeks. So, yeah, I just wanted you guys to meet. I'm gonna go over the directive again. I know three of you already kind of got this directive. But it might actually be good for you to stay on because the experienced teachers can give you some advice as we go through it. So let me pull it up. I have so many tabs open. Like I have ADHD, and one time I went to a therapy session and I was like, there's so many tabs open in my brain. And then I looked at my computer and I'm like, well, it's the same. Like like life. Where is it? Oh yeah, so we've got a summer camp Trello board. It's gonna be filled in over the next few days. Makes me very happy. I love Trello. Trello boards, if you know me, like that's my thing. Let's see if there's anyone who I haven't invited yet. There's Deja. Who's E? Emily. M. That's Megan Neer. Tamara's on here. Okay, so I need to add Megan Brooks. MJ Brooks 11 at outlook.com, is that right? If you're nodding, I can't see you, so you're gonna have
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry, I don't know mute.
Oh, no, that's not gonna. Okay. There you go. Okay, you've been added. Mercy, maxsings@gmail.com.
Yep.
Okay, you got a Trello board, Sterling. I think you've already been added, but I'm just gonna make sure. Oh, you've already been added. Am I missing anyone? I gotta add Andre, but I haven't onboarded him yet. It's everyone. Okay, cool. All right. So, this is the Trello board. Some of these things are for the director. Some of these things are for you guys. But, oh, I don't have it on. I'm not sharing it. Uh-oh, my kids are getting disciplined upstairs. Okay, so here's the Trello board. Again, some of these things aren't necessarily for you, but like here is, that's not right either. This was just putting in everybody's availability. All right, we don't need that anymore. Okay, so the summer camps staffing is here. Has what weeks you're working, it has the names of the interns, and is going to have the contact information of everybody down here. I just have to fill that in. Okay. So the staffing sheet is there. Any files that you need, the summer camp suggested activities, I'm going to be adding to this too, is here. Experienced teachers, you already know this. New teachers, we're going to go over this on Thursday. You'll get to meet Andre then too. The internship responsibilities are here. This is just like what the interns are expected to do. You guys should know this too. They're supposed to be making Instagram stories and TikToks throughout the week. They're supposed to be teaching the 3 to 5-year-olds, and then they're supposed to be helping you however you need help, and like doing the check-ins and the checkouts in the afternoon. If you have any questions about that, again, Megan can help. But if you want to read through their internship norms so you know, it's there. But they need to be making Instagram stories, TikToks, teaching the 3 to 5-year-olds, checking in and out, and then helping you guys however you need to. If you see them on their cell phones, you tell them to get off. Meaning like all the time on their cell phones. This is the directive to parents that we send out. It's been fully edited at this point. Has the address, the times of before and after care. Before care is 7:30 to 10. After care is 3 to 5:30. The camp is 10 to 3. I'm pretty sure you all know that. We don't accept campers in until 10:50, and they all check in and out through the back door, since the angry lady at the barber shop does not want any cars in front of her barber shop. So there'll be make sure you have an intern standing out in the front directing people around the back, and then an intern in the back checking people in.
I was going to ask you if anything happened. I saw your text about having to show up for drop off. Did she come next door again? I'm assuming she did.
No, she hasn't shown up.
Okay, good. That means nobody's been parking in the front then, so
I think we're good.
all right, good.
No one with COVID can come into camp. No one who's been exposed to COVID, they have to be, good for 5 days to come back into camps. So if they ask and they're like, oh, my kid was exposed to COVID, it's like, as long as they don't have it 5 days later, they can come. And that's like a direct exposure, not like walking down the street. So there'll be tons of hand sanitizer. Oh, Sterling, can you put that on the inventory list if it's not there already? Probably is.
It's there.
Okay.
We have tons. Yeah.
We all sleep? No, I think so. Irene's asleep? Okay. My nanny just like puts Irene to sleep. It's like amazing. So we have sanitizing spray. All the new teachers I've shown you are existing teachers you already know. You have to make sure the water is filled up on one side for it to work though. And like you're just gonna have the interns spray everything down at the end of the day. All the door handles, spray the toilets. They don't need to wipe anything. Spray the instruments that were commonly used. Spray any regular touch surfaces. And make sure that the air filters are running in the front and the back of the room. Okay? Students will bring their own lunch and snacks each day. We've asked parents to refrain from sending refrigerated lunches or things that need to be microwaved. I know that was an issue last year. And if a child during your camp week has a nut allergy, we notify you. So this is what is sent to the parents. There is a nut allergy the first week. I can tell you that already. Parents will drop off any medication and EpiPens at the first day of camp with all necessary instructions to make sure they're clearly labeled with your child's full name. If you haven't, I gotta be quieter. If you haven't watched the EpiPen video yet that I sent, make sure you watch it. You have to have your CPR certification complete by the start of your camp week, and you need to send that to me. So if you haven't done it yet, do it. There's classes every day somewhere. There was something else in between here that I wanted to tell you, and I can't remember. This is a general schedule. I know it doesn't necessarily stick to it. Existing teachers, can you give some advice about the schedule to our newer teachers?
Yeah. So like Megan said, the vibe each week varies. So some weeks of camp, the kids really need a schedule and they need to know what's happening and they need it to be consistent. And other weeks of camp really need flexibility because they're not feeling this, that, or the other, or they didn't sleep well. So that learning the kids on the first day is really important to figure out how the schedule will work for them.
Yes. Feeling out the kids is it's just an aspect of it. It's an aspect of teaching in general. So if you're new to teaching, you'll realize you learn that real quick. It's one of those not things that you don't learn in college, but you learn it in your teaching experience. Any other advice, Megan Brooks?
I was going to say communicating with the other teacher as best as you can, like being open to that flexibility. But I just remember working with Megan and Mercy, even if it was, okay, I got the next hour of, whether it was drumming or, even just taking those 45-minute chunks and, checking in with each other for those, because, those times when you're not actively leading an activity, leading a game, or, that gives you a moment that you can take a breather and be more on the other side. So, taking as much time, I almost say, sharing that load on the schedule, and even just going through check in that week, week ahead, or even just the day ahead of, hey, do you want to do Glee this week? I'll do World Drumming in the afternoon, and give it so that you feel like you have that even share. And like Mercy said, it's just feeling it out. You might go in thinking Glee Club's going to be the winner that week, but it might be a lot of kids under 5, and that's harder to do with the littles. So it's just kind of, and finding the talents of your interns and the two of you, for sure.
Yes. That is excellent advice. So that's another thing I'll add on Megan Neer's task list, is making sure that they're connecting the two teachers. Like, they're going to send a general email to everyone on staff that week, but making sure that in that email it says to the teachers, like, hey, like, here's your cell phone numbers, talk and decide who's teaching what. Because that's super important, because, like, there might be one week where you're teaching ukulele and Glee, and the next week you're teaching world drumming and piano. So yeah. There's a concert at the end of each camp week, so you have to sign on to our Facebook Live. And Sterling, can you show any of our new staff how to do that?
Make sure everyone knows how to do that.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
Very easy, because it's already logged in. You just have to click on the Naptown Sings page and go live.
And I'll make sure to show you where it's located on Trello, how to find the login, just in case it does get logged out for some reason. It's usually logged in, but in case there's an issue, you'll be able to find the passcode. So
perfect. That's really smart. Okay.
Yes,
so,
thank you.
Yeah. So just remember that you have to sign on the Facebook Live. Another thing. Hold on. I'm just writing down notes. I spent the past year putting our whole studio on Trello boards, but it started in the middle of summer camp, so the summer camp Trello board is empty. So I'm trying to get every note possible to give you guys, like, the best information. Megan B, were you going to say something?
Just a quick add-on. That's a great thing to have one of the interns do, is put, get them hyped up that they're going to be the person that is capturing the concert virtually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like that. That's definitely, because you guys are going to be concerned with getting the kids to perform, so get an intern to do that. You just have to make sure the interns actually do it, because I think last year there was an intern who just stood there and like, a teacher was like, can you do this? And the intern was like, I don't know how. And the teacher was like, why didn't you ask? And
no, that's true. Yeah, make sure they're ready, and you pick your one that you can really trust the most. Pick your reliable. Pick that one that's, like, always there early and always staying late for you'll know the one that's most reliable.
Yeah. And one thing that is very important with the interns is, for a lot of them, this is their very first job. A lot of them have never, like, had a different job, and so, oh man, all my kids are crying. So just make sure that you're nurturing them, there's things that you might think are common sense, but it's not common sense to them. So like even though they look grown because they're 17 and 18, they don't have any real world experience. They haven't been off to college, they have never been on their own, and there's certain things that you might think that they know, but they don't. So just make sure that you come, approach them with like a nurturing standpoint and trying to help them understand certain things because it's really good experience for them, and it can be frustrating for the staff if they're not doing what they're supposed to, but they might just not know how and not know how to ask. So just something to keep in mind. Some of them might just have an attitude, but that's students. Some of them just might be like, I'm going to test your limits, but try to meet them from a nurturing standpoint first. And I'll put the contact, or you can reach out to Megan, and Megan will have the contact for the internship coordinator.
I have a teenage daughter too, so I'm a good contact for this.
So Megan will have the contacts of the internship coordinator. If anything goes weird with the interns, they are on it. I was on my maternity leave and a bunch of weird things happened. Some was my fault because I just wasn't fully present. Like I like I think I had Sterling copy and paste the schedule, but the schedule had the pay for the teachers. And so one intern thought she was getting paid, even though when she applied it said unpaid, which I understand. That's like very confusing. And so at the end of the summer, the intern was like, so when am I getting paid? And I was like, this is an unpaid internship. And I got a very angry phone call from the mom. And the internship coordinators were like, you're on maternity leave. We're dealing with it from here on out. It was awful. And it was my fault. And it's not going to happen this year. They all know they're not getting paid. But things come up. Things happen. We get better every year. And I'm not on maternity leave. I'm just stepping away. Okay. Oh, there's Megan's contact information. So Megan has their own studio cell phone. It's best to just text them unless you need to like call about something specific. And this goes to the parents too. Megan is a day of contact for the camp. So they'll relay any messages to you guys. You do have the ability to reach out to parents as you need to, though. There's a studio phone, so you don't have to use your own cell phone unless you want to. And yes, any content like social media content, the intern should be doing that too. But they also need to be uploaded to a shared drive. So let me write out social media protocols for interns. But you guys can take content too.
Yeah, if you guys happen to get any content, please send it my way. But we want to make sure also that we're not filming any kids that have signed do we have anybody that
I don't
doesn't?
think we have any opt-outs.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure there's no opt-outs for camp right now.
Means we can film all the students, no issues. So
Yeah. And use the studio cell phone. Don't use your own. The studio cell phone's there to take the content. Okay, so there's that. Any other, I'm going to do the teacher directive, but any other, from what you just saw on that directive, any other advice to the new teachers? Good. All right, let's go to the teacher.
I have one thing. The last thing I'll say is, even though we want the interns to really lead check-in, I found it makes a huge difference if you can start to get to know the parents as well. The parents that I never saw, those parents sometimes would have something to say versus if I made a personal connection with them, like that helped if there were any issues or any concerns throughout the week, if they had already like seen my face and knew who I was. So I encourage you to do that if you can.
Okay. I like that.
That's great advice. Yeah.
Even if it's just waving from the door at the end of the day, like it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I really like that actually. I didn't think of that from like a teacher perspective. That's really great. Cool. Here is the teacher directive. Our newer teachers have already gone over this, but it's always, again, good to go again. So masks are optional. You can assign an intern to do drop off and pick up sign-ins, but one teacher should be present, like outside, I guess, to show their face. That sound good? And say hi. Oh my goodness, Irene is just crying. She had too much fun at the studio today. The studio cell phone or computer. They have to add the name of the person dropping off and picking up in the notes section, and that name must be in our Sawyer system as a contact. So there's a thing in the email that says if you're not in the system, please email us. Just because, you know, we don't want to be on the news. One teacher should be present outside to show their face and say hi. That gives a trust with the parents. Does that sound good? I don't know. Okay. I already talked about the sanitation and all the sanitation materials, that you have to fill up the water. Make sure the sanitizer has water in it. Okay. The interns will just spray everything. They don't even need to wipe. Just spray it all. There's a hired person in charge of before care that starts at 7:15. You have to do a transfer around 9:50, 10 o'clock. Most of our before care people are also teaching camp this year, so that makes it easier. And before you leave, you have to make sure that all registered aftercare students are in the care of the aftercare. On the last day, this is super important. All materials need to be cleared of that room because there's music garden on Saturdays. Oh, guys, we have world drums. They're in the studio. So all materials need to be cleared of the big room. Put them in the center hallway.
Except for the projector screen. You can leave that.
That should be fine. Yeah.
We left it last summer,
Yeah.
just up against the wall.
The big drums. All like camp materials go back in the big closet. Because those little kids, you should have seen Irene today. She's like banging on the drums, grabbing all the stuff, like handing them to Sterling, doing whatever. So music class, that room needs to be cleared and free of any clutter. Okay? Music garden.
On Thursday, Sophia, can you show me what you're talking about when you say the big closet? Because I don't know what that is.
Put them in the big white closet
What
in
is
the left rear of the big room.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a cabinet type thing.
Yeah. I should say cabinet. I swear I might rent if that random door in the big room that goes to another room, if that ever becomes available, I might rent it for storage because there's no storage in this studio. Music garden is Saturday morning, so it needs to be cleared of all debris and clutter. I spelled debris wrong. Okay. Make sure the big room is vacuumed. Too. That's pretty much every day.
I was going to mention that, Sophia, making sure vacuum and the trash goes out.
Yeah.
With just because they have food. They could even do that after lunch. The interns just run it to the dumpster.
Utilize interns. You guys can literally have the place cleaned up by 3:15. Super fast. Because those interns, they're on it. They want to go home. So, and then the last day, all material cleaned of the big room. Put them in the center hallway. Put big things in the center hallway, like the big drums. And then all camp materials, all small camp materials, go back in the big white cabinet in the left rear of the big room. Music garden is on Saturday morning, so it needs to be cleared of all debris and clutter. and make sure that the big room is vacuumed too. This is a general schedule. Again, it's subject to change. We already went over that. Like Megan Neer told our new teachers that sometimes you do world drumming at 1 o'clock, but sometimes you're doing something else, like craft time, because everybody's too crazy, or you're doing like a little scarf exercise. So you got to feel them out. This we have one more training. All our newer teachers, unless you need more. Here's Megan's. Okay, so field all questions for the week of or the week before to Megan. Let me find their phone number again because I lost it. It was in the parent directive. There we go. Parents will drop off EpiPen and medications are clearly labeled. Heed the instructions. If there's accidents, you walk the child through changing themselves. If they don't have backup clothes or cannot change themselves, please call the parents to come help their kid. If they ask why you can't, we are not certified as a daycare, so we cannot legally touch your child. I told this, I will not put this in writing, but I did say this. If you feel comfortable helping the child as best as you can, you may, but you are not required to. You don't have to, because, we are not a certified daycare. So that is your call, but it's very easy to call the parents. The curriculum expectations, we have a whole meeting with this with our newer teachers. Existing teachers, you already know. Glee Club, there's 2 pop songs with hand motions and attitude, using basic technique. One should have like maybe a basic harmony in the chorus. It's given to the older kids. The little kids will not be able to sing the whole song. Some of them will. And if they lose focus, just utilize the interns. If they start to lose focus, they need to go somewhere else. That's fine. Piano, they'll learn like a basic C scale and some basic chords to play along to a pop song of their choosing by the end of the week, or like another basic finger position song. Ukulele, basic 2 to 3 chord songs on ukulele. Not every kid's going to be able to accomplish this. We don't expect it to be great. This is their first intro into music. We just do the best we can for them to learn something. They'll learn the beginning fundamentals in order to perform along to a pop song by the end of the week, or whatever song. We have rainbow ukulele that you can utilize to help like facilitate all that. Music immersion, this is given to the interns, but they're gonna need some guidance. They're gonna be deer in headlights a little bit. But they're basically supposed to take the little kids and teach them some stuff, and I have the music garden guideline or music immersion guidelines that I've sent to them. They might need it printed out or something for them. They're going to be confused. So Sterling, can you print this out? I'm going to have you print out the music immersion lesson plans or guidelines each week for them.
And I'll add that this is what Megan was saying about how the interns' different strengths. Some of the interns love this time of day and like they really latch onto it, and they'll like go home and do their homework and find other things they can do, and others really struggle with it, and just making sure that there's a balance there.
Do you guys have any other advice about instructing the interns on music immersion? Because I wasn't there to experience that.
Yeah. No, I think that's great advice, Mercy. I was thinking printing something out, even if it was just like a little, binder we could give them each week or folder of, I ended up just printing out some of my own like little lesson plans, and I gave, I think the one week it worked really well. I just gave them the goal of think of a song that they could do together by the end of the week, and we put it in the end of the concert, and they did like a rhythm stick song, the Sticks on the Bus. So just giving them a goal, and I showed them all the books that we had in the studio so they could do story time. And the other thing that crossed my mind too is if you have the depending on the age group, Some weeks there might not be enough to do in a music immersion little class if there's only like maybe 1 3-year-old. And something we would do is just have them jump in and be our assistants in the piano or ukulele
Cute.
classes. Yeah, and they did a great job. They would sit. One of the interns was so great. They would just sit with the 3-year-old and help him play the piano
Aw.
during it. So don't be afraid to get creative on what your strengths are that week.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
So
The little 3-year-olds are so cute too.
Yeah, you'll fall in love. You'll get more love letters, little like notes and stuff than from all these kids. They're really sweet.
Very cute. And they come back. They come back year after year, which is cool. And they grow up. Like there's this one little girl last year, Sky. She was 5 when she started camp, and she's like 11 now. And so like I think of Sky as this like baby, but she was like 11 when she did camp last year. It's crazy.
funny.
I know. There'll be students enrolled in multiple weeks of camp, but that won't always be the case. We just have to be wary not to repeat songs for those students when that does happen. So we just have to, like, if we have a repeat student, we really shouldn't be doing the same songs. We got to switch it up. Here's the suggested songs and activities list for camp. I think that would be smart to make like a little music immersion binder. I don't know if I have time to, but I will try. My life is
It's okay.
hectic.
You know, I did put it
Order a
together
binder.
last year. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can order a binder and just print everything up and
Okay,
Mhm.
yes, Sterling, I'm gonna task you with it. Except we don't have time to order a binder because it starts on Monday. But
I think I can find one in the studio.
There's
We've got
plenty.
one. Yeah.
So this is the musical immersion lesson plan template, Sterling.
Okay.
So we need to print out the curriculum notes for them, stuff that they learn, and then maybe we can print out some of the lesson plans that look interesting.
Sterling, I think there is a binder in my music room in that little cubby thing underneath.
Yeah, we just got a bunch of them in with the music stands, so I could just take those sheets out and I'll just use one of those.
Okay,
That's
I
perfect,
think there
yeah.
is one in mine though, if you need it.
Yeah, it's like the black one with the
Yes, music notes or
keyboard
something.
on it. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, Sterling, I'm gonna need help. I am overwhelmed with responsibilities at the moment. Like taking 20 days off for COVID, just about a month off, has me very behind. At least I feel behind. I'm probably not, but it feels behind. Look, now there's too many tabs again, guys. I hate it. Get rid of them. Parents. Oh man, how many times did I click on this? Okay, there's like 5 of them.
You just need a new window. That's all you need.
I hate
You
the
can have
word-
2 lots of tabs open.
No, they just all need to go away. Okay, so last thing. This is Sawyer, the registration system. Your name will be added. Right now, like Deja, Emily, and Tamara are on this one because I was just giving them an example of June 20th. It has everything that you need to know. Who's got allergies, all their contact information, their ages. There's an egg allergy there. Where you know who the peanut allergy person is. Where'd they go? I know they're here. I swear there's a peanut allergy person. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong week.
I saw gluten or something. Oh, yeah.
I swear there's a peanut allergy, but maybe it was next week. Okay, the next thing is students have ordered add-ons. It also tells who's in extended day and who's in before care because they need to be checked in and checked out during their before care and extended day. There are 3 add-ons for camp. And Sterling will have this prepped for you for the most part. Whoever got it, some kids added a t-shirt, but I wasn't able to put the size on there. So Sterling's going to email and ask the size. But if not, you're just going to have to kind of figure it out if they don't respond. So some kids got t-shirts. Some kids got a Naptown Sings water bottle. and some kids got an instrument pack, which is like what we pass out for Music Garden. So Sterling is gonna take Post-it notes and label which kid gets what, and you can see it right in here to make sure they got what they ordered. So give that to them as they're leaving on the first day. We have a little bit of a hiccup. The person I hired to do all this stuff is just very non-responsive, and I've been trying to get her like to get all this stuff ordered for weeks now. And today she's like, she tries to tell me that she's gonna get pencils for me by next week. I'm like, I didn't order pencils. I ordered T-shirts. So I have no clue what's going on. No clue. I don't know what she's doing. Like, so if they're on back order, we're just gonna have to mail it out for them. There's some things out of our control. Same
Exactly.
with the water bottles. There are a few camp shirts in there, so we might be able to give some away that fit. And the instrument packs are ready to go. I will try to get them by next week, but I think I'm gonna have to go a different route. Because she's just like, her responding every 2 days is not going to get me these shirts or these water bottles, and I don't know why she suggested pencils and changed all my art to different colors. Like, ah! Anyways. Okay, so you'll be added to each week of that. Sterling, I'm going to task you with adding everyone to the appropriate people to the weeks. Is there any, I think I covered everything. Is there any other advice, new teachers, that you have for existing teachers, previous teachers, that you have for our newer teachers?
You know what I was gonna say? One, probably like the just like logistical thing of just setting some boundaries and rules at the beginning was something that was helpful for me when they're new and just getting to meet you. Like I always thought it was important. Like they come in and we introduce ourselves, and then just sitting them down, and I ended up just putting some rules on just because I wanted the kids to feel safe of issues that kept coming up, and I felt like I was repeating myself. Like, respect the instruments. During playtime, we're not like running, we can't run around, the space is really big, and just to be kind to one another. And I just felt like it wasn't fair to be telling them this all like later on, like, you're running, you're not supposed to be running, or you left the room and you weren't supposed to leave the room. Just setting the boundaries, like, we want to keep you safe, don't leave the building, to like the piece of not leaving the room alone to go to the bathroom. Make sure you ask an adult or an intern, just all those things. So we have our, the head count, and, it doesn't mean that things are going to fall through the cracks or that behavior things won't come up, but at least to give them, a heads up that you can like refer back to those rules. And I'm sure, as you guys are all teachers, that, but I was first time last year, and I think that helped going forward, just so they know.
Cool. I like that. That's good advice. Any other last minute advice before we wrap up the meeting?
The last thing I'd say is it is camp, so have fun and like let them have fun. It's not school, like it's not private lessons. Just, like, have fun. You yourself have fun, and then they'll have fun.
Yes, that is so important. Like the whole point of camp is to ignite a spark in music for these kids. Like, some of them, this is their first experience with music. This is their first time getting their hands on instruments, and it doesn't really matter what the result is. Like this is such an awesome immersive experience for these kids. So like, the logistics will come to you guys, I promise. I know we're like throwing so much at you, but like when you're in the camp, you're like, like it all just comes, and you troubleshoot as you go, and you'll find that like nothing needs to be perfect because it is camp, and like it's not like a more serious class.
Totally agree. Yeah,
That's
as much
great
as the rules
advice.
matter, have fun, and take care of yourself. I didn't save my voice at the beginning, and I didn't drink enough water or enough rest. So I'm saying that to remind myself. Just
Headset
be
mics,
good.
got 'em.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, any questions that our newer teachers have, or anything else before we end the meeting?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can somebody send me who they used for their CPR first aid training? Because I'm like looking at all of them. I'm like, is this right? I don't know. Is this legit? So if I could just have one that I know is like okay, you used it, it's legit. That would be helpful.
Yeah, and
got
I'm
you,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah, that would be, thank you, Megan, because my person retired this year. Like the person I used to use, they retired, so I don't even really have a contact.
Well, I thought maybe my husband would know, but they did theirs at the office this last time, so no, I don't know.
I always
Usually,
see
that's usually what we do.
advertisements. I always see advertisements for it in the lot next to us.
Oh,
There is a CPR.
Bayside. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called Bayside CPR, and you can do the training online, and then you go in for 10 minutes, and they'll teach you hands on with it's about
Okay.
10 to 15 minutes. If it worked really well for me, I was able to do it midsummer.
Awesome. And it's called Bayside?
Yes, Bayside CPR and AED, and
Got
You know
they'll
what?
do both for you.
I actually think that they might have bought
Oh no.
no. No, I'm wrong. Okay. I thought they were the ones that bought the company of the person that retired, but that's not true. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? Any other comments? Okay.
Can you remind me the time of the meeting on Thursday, 2:45?
I think 2:45. Emily, were you able to clear that?
I was, yep, 2:45 on Thursday.
Let me see. That sounds right. Yep, 2:45 on Thursday in person at the studio. We're gonna be going over the teaching part.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Bayside CPR. All right, you guys, have a good one. You know how to reach me if you have any questions. I'm sorry Megan and can't be on here since they're going to be your point of contact, but you will meet them eventually. All right, have a good one.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
great meeting you all.
You
Bye.
too.
Bye. Nice meeting everyone.
See
See
ya.
you soon.